Hi, this is Pastor Dana with our Wednesday chat. I'm so glad that you've given us a couple of minutes to talk with you today. And I want to share with you a scripture. This is from Psalm 42. I'm sure this is familiar with you, but I just want to talk a little bit about this and consider this with you. As the deer pants for streams of water, so my soul pants for you, O God. My soul thirsts for God, for the living God. When can I go and meet with God? A couple of verses later, he says, "These things I remember as I pour out my soul, how I used to go with the multitude, leading the procession to the house of God, with shouts of joy and thanksgiving among the festive throng." Do you catch the passion that is in this passage? Most scholars believe that David wrote this as he was actually being pursued, hunted, living in caves, banished from everything that he knew. Sounds a little bit familiar, kind of like where we are these days. There's a parallel passage to this one that I want to read a couple of verses that kind of talk about this same idea of passion. This is from Psalm 84. "How lovely is your dwelling place, O Lord Almighty! My soul yearns, even faints, for the courts of the Lord. My heart and my flesh cry out for the living God. Blessed are those who dwell in your house. They are ever praising you. Better is one day in your courts than 1,000 elsewhere." This passion that's being expressed in both of these passages is about a passion for being where God is, in his presence, experiencing him and his fullness. And this is something that we want to make sure that as believers that we're longing for in our life too. We want to have that same kind of passion that David did. We also want to have thankful hearts that we have a place to fellowship. Sometimes we don't appreciate things until they're gone. You know what I'm talking about? And right now in the situation that we're in, where it's a little bit harder to get into some face-to-face fellowship and services are different, or there's electronic kinds of things going on. All of these things they're different for us, but we need to continue to hold a high appreciation. Maybe a better word is value those opportunities that we have to meet with the Lord, to proclaim his praises. These things are so much of a blessing. And in many places in the world, they don't even have the opportunities that we have. They don't have the tech that we have, opportunities to watch services online or to meet together in any capacity whatsoever. And they would just give anything to be able to do just these simple things that we have available to us right now. So let's make sure that we hold high the value of being in God's presence and our freedom to engage with him. I was thinking about the Israelites in the Old Testament, and when they were hungry, God sent them manna. Do you remember that? And they were pretty excited about that, stoked over the manna. But then after a little while, they were like, "This isn't a big deal." And they complained about it. They said, "All we have is this manna." This was this heavenly bread given to them from God. It was a tremendous blessing. And yet there was a tendency to take those things for granted and even to complain a little bit about them. But let's make sure that we keep thankful hearts for the opportunities that we do have right now. And I want to leave you with two things here. First of all, cultivate your passion for God, because that's something that we do need to be stirring up in ourselves. Lord, I want to have passion for you. I want to have passion for your presence. I want to have this same kind of a heart that David expressed. And the second thing is to participate. Cultivate, but also participate. Don't grow cold in your faith, because that'll happen to you if you push opportunities for worship and fellowship aside. So participate in the opportunities that we do have. Cultivate your passion with Jesus and stay strong in him and on fire for him. Thank you so much, and pray that you have a wonderful day.